All right, team, we are live. It is Tuesday afternoon. Happy Tuesday. I'm going to take a few minutes here just to kind of share with you what's going on. Several things, all good news today. It's great. We got exactly what we needed for mortgage rates, so let's start there. And I will be doing a video at some point in the near future to talk about how underappreciated realtors are. I will save that conversation for another day. But man, the loyalty levels and things like that, and the real estate businesses, I've never seen it so low. And realtors are working really, really hard out there, team. It is not an easy money gig. I don't think it ever was, but if it ever was, it certainly is not anymore. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I'll save that conversation for another day. So remember this downtrend here. Boom, rates have been going up because when these bond prices goes down, rates go up. And that's what we don't want to see. Ideally, we want to see rates go down, which means we need these bond prices to go higher. And what we have here is actually a really good sign. The last couple of days, you see these two big green candles here? Those are good. We're right at the levels where I locked a lot of people here just a little while back. If you locked, let's say a couple, 3 days ago, some people are in that boat. Maybe you're getting close. You need about 70 basis points to do a float down. So we probably gained, maybe 25 or 30. So you're maybe almost halfway to a potential float down option, which is cool. That's where you can lower your rate once you're in escrow. If rates drop, they have to drop, quite a bit in order to do that. But, it definitely happens. So we've seen a couple good things today up. I think the final tally was 19. Yeah. So 19 basis points today. That's a really nice day. That's a really, really nice day. And here's where it gets crucial. And this is the thing I'm going to point out to you today. We have this resistance level here, which is a moving average, and that's a 25-day moving average. So it's the quickest one. It's the easiest one to break through, but it's also clearly, caused us to halt today. I mean, we pretty much closed right there, even though we traded all the way up to here. We closed down here. Most people will tell you that's because of this level of resistance. The nice thing is if we can break free of that, look at how much room we have to run. I mean, this is probably about 375 right here. We're right at 3. That's a 70 or 80 basis points of move higher before we touch any more resistance. So, and this is my prediction, and I know I've been optimistic in the past, but I think this is finally the time. You see here, this is, we got the higher low. That's important for a breakout to take place. So we got the higher low here from this low, which also kind of looks like a reverse head and shoulders. I'm not going to get too technical, but those are things that tend to lead prices higher. In this case, that's what we want because that will mean lower mortgage rates. And if we've got 70 or 80 basis points of upside here and only, let's say, 40 or 50 of downside, that's just a good position to be in overall, like kind of regardless. So I like this situation. I like where we're at, and I feel like it's time. I feel like it's time. I feel like we've been getting beat up for months, and it's time for us to get a win. It's time for a little bitty rate drop, baby. And I think this is when it's going to happen. Now, this might not happen this could take several days to transpire. It's not going to be just one day, boom. That actually wouldn't be ideal. We want it to steadily climb 15, 20 basis points a day, 10 basis points a day. That way we get it all. If it goes up 80 basis points in one day, banks won't give us the whole 80 because they have to, prepare for volatility and have to hedge things too. So, but if we could get it slowly, we can potentially capture every last basis point there. And that would really be a difference maker from an interest rate standpoint, and now we will, if this takes 2 or 3 days to, unfold, we will run into some resistance over here. This guy will trail down and we'll hit it. And I think that's going to happen. I think this is going to come down. It's going to meet us maybe 2 or 3 days out here. I'm predicting Friday or Monday as potentially being a primo lock day if we get lucky. If we get lucky and catch a run, that also might put people in position to float down, which would be cool. So we'll see. We'll see if we get that lucky. Real estate market is hard, okay? Right now, getting offers accepted is really the key. It's pretty much just about how much money you're willing to pay above the appraised value. That's pretty much what it boils down to. Getting offers accepted is literally boiling down to that. So if you're buying a house, low interest rates are great, but if you don't have the cash to cover a potential appraisal shortage, you may just be out of luck in this cycle. Unfortunately, I think the long-term prognosis is for rates to probably go higher and for prices to definitely go higher for real estate. So that's kind of where we're at. All right, I want to touch on Coinbase here. Now, they have not filed the IPO is next week. So it's a week from tomorrow, actually, next Wednesday. And they're going to do this reporting and talk about, and they're actually going to share. Remember, they're a private company now. They don't have to share these results. They go ahead and share the results. And I told you, hey, they're not going to share the results unless they know it's going to be blockbuster. I mean, why would you share them when you don't have to? Ahead of your, public debut, revenue jumped ninefold, team. Ninefold. Holy smokes. $1.8 billion. This is real money. Coinbase is crushing. This stock is going to be massive. This is basically, think about like banks, these different crypto wallets and different places where you can buy cryptocurrencies. They are going to essentially be banks in the digital space, banks in the interwebs, if you will. And, it functions a little bit differently than a bank because it's not fiat. It's not just currency to buy stuff with. It's also an investment. It's also technology. It's so much more. Coinbase, in filing to go public, what's so genius about that is that will provide a level of security for a lot of first-time users. Remember, the adoption of Bitcoin is very, very small right now. Very few people own Bitcoin. And eventually, we believe everyone will own Bitcoin, which is why we're very bullish on Bitcoin. But right now, very few people own it. People are going to start wanting to buy it. If they don't go to one of these ETFs, which is about to be approved in the next month, I can almost guarantee that I would bet so much money on that if there was a line on that somewhere. When they're going to buy an ETF in their IRA or their 401k, or maybe they will put it into something like another company that has exposure, like a Tesla or a MicroStrategy, where they put all their resources into Bitcoin, or they're going to buy the Bitcoin directly. Now, they could invest in Coinbase. That's one way to do it. I think it's way smarter to buy Bitcoin. But if they want to buy Bitcoin, going to Coinbase to do it is going to make a lot more sense because now they're a publicly traded company, which means they're under scrutiny. They're under regulation. They have to be safer with my coins. They have to, provide me customer service if something gets weird or if I lose something or if I don't know how to get in. It's a different level of accountability now that they're a publicly traded company. So more people will flock to them, not just because they're publicly traded. They're going to be talked about constantly, and they're going to absolutely smash as a company. But it's going to help people buy crypto, particularly, I think, Bitcoin, as people see what's about to happen with Bitcoin. I won't go into that a whole lot right at the moment, but I do want to give a shout out to, all right, so this is something that we're doing. It's a blank sheet. There you go. So Josh and I are doing, let me do a little producer work here. Josh and I are doing an event next week on Wednesday. This is for realtors only. So I just want to give a shout out there for some of the agents who might be watching this right now, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. This is an invite only event. If you didn't get an invite, then, and you feel like you should have, because you've been to an event before, or, we're buddies, let me know, because we tried to send an invite to everyone that's in our circle. It's an invite only event. This is not a public event. And so I can get you the link when you register here, then we send you the private Zoom link. So it's going to be next week. We've got 2 really good ideas for generating more listing business that I think people will absolutely love. And these are new ideas that we've been trying in small sample sizes. Going to be really, really fun. So if you didn't get an invite and you wanted to, or you think you should have, let me know. I'm happy to send that to you so that you can check out our content on listings. Why would we talk about listings? Well, why would we want listing agents? Why would we want to do something about that? We do buyers. We're mortgage guys. Well, I could tell you, we want our offers to get accepted. Right? Let's be honest. I'll be totally transparent with you. We want our offers to get accepted. So we want to provide value to listing agents. We want our buyers to win in this market. Also, a lot of listing agents do buyers too, but I mean, this is what's needed in the marketplace. And we have to work together as a industry to help one another. And if you have good ideas about how someone in another industry can execute, you should be sharing that. That should be a just normal thing that happens. should be sharing. Hey, you know what? If you guys, if mortgage people did this, I wish agents would tell me, hey, you know, if mortgage lenders did this, it would be so much better for the clients. I wish we would get feedback like that. It'd be great. Or, hey, that'd be really cool if you could do something like that. So that's what we're doing. We're basically taking these ideas that we've beta tested on our own. We're going to share them in the event next week online, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Okay, so lots of good news today. I did want to show you also, which I thought was interesting. Whoa, hello. I'm just kind of freaking out here. Let's see. This is going to show us. No, it's showing pre-market. Let's go to US. So you can see like everything's down a little bit today. This is the perfect recipe for rates to get better. Just little teeny tiny word, minus 0.1, minus 0.3, minus 0.05. The Russell's down 0.25%. Ooh, not a whole lot going on there. So that is the perfect situation for us. And this bull market needs a breather. If we can get a couple more days like this, then we're going to get that spike in mortgage bonds. And notice how no one's talking about inflation right now. No one's using the I word. Interesting. It's not interesting. That's not the I word. I have some stats that I'll be sharing with you this week. I've been compiling a ton of stuff to show that. And the reason why it's important to not just only recognize the inflation, but to understand it is because it's actually a tremendous opportunity if you can take advantage of it. If you can buy real estate, if you can buy things that are anti-inflationary, like Bitcoin, which is essentially a mechanism for deflation that you can put your money into, things like that will do really, really well on this side of the cycle. So just know we've got some interesting things coming up. Okay, there will definitely be some interesting situations that take place in this year, financially speaking, the financial landscape. I will do my best to stay on top of it for you, keep you posted about the things that I know about. And hopefully we can get ahead of some things. Hopefully we can make some money together. Hopefully we can have some good discipline together. Hopefully we can serve some people together and do some great things together. So that's my update for today. I'm going to get back after it. Got a lot to do. Thank you for tuning in. Share this with your friends if you would like to make them smarter than everyone else. I'll see you guys soon.